Hey, today we're going to show you how to do a monthly internet failover test. Every small business should have a primary and a failover internet, so no matter what you're running, you're always going to have connectivity. All right, I'm going to show you how we're going to do our test today. What we have a Fortinet firewall here that you can see. And this is the 30D. It's just a decent little firewall for most small businesses. And then we have a Comcast internet connection. This is a coax internet connection. It's a 150 over 20 connection, so it's good for most small businesses. And then our failover is a BEC 4G. All right, and the way we've got this, and it uses 4G failover, 4G internet, just like your cell phone. All right. Now the way we've got this set up is the primary internet connection goes into your WAN port of your firewall. All right, and then we've got our 4G internet plugged into LAN 4. All right. Now our managed services provider has programmed LAN 4 to be a secondary WAN port. All right. So your managed services provider should be able to do that for you. Now we have our main switch plugged into LAN 2, and then I've got my VoIP phone logged into the VoIP phone plugged into LAN 3, and then my laptop is daisy chained off the VoIP phone. So now to simulate a real work environment where you might have a real failover, we're going to do a couple things. Thing number one is we're going to make a VoIP call. Now this is a BBC call-in line, so we're going to So we are simulating a VoIP phone call. And the other thing that we're doing here is, I'm going to put this on pause so you can't hear it. The other thing that we're doing is we are doing a FTP file transfer, and this is we're uploading a 16 gig file that you can see. We just started it. It's been going on for about a minute or so. So as you can see, a single internet connection, you can have a huge file transfer and a phone call, or more than several phone calls, without a problem. All right? Because if you have a properly programmed firewall by your managed services provider, it's going to reserve a little bit of space for your VoIP phone calls. All right? So now, the way we're going to do this failover test is we're actually going to pull out the primary internet connection. That's going to simulate a failure of our modem, and then we'll see that the internet switches over to the backup. Now, this isn't currently doing any traffic shaping. We don't really want any traffic over the 4G because with this account that we've got set up, there's only 1 gig of transfer per month. Okay, now in emergency, that's not a problem to use it. Voice calls don't take that much, but we don't want to do a lot of FTP transfers over the 4G. All right, so what we'll do is we'll pull that out, and we'll go ahead and we'll simulate this right now. Well, before, I want to show you that right up here, we've got the we're confirming that we're on the Comcast internet, because the 96 matches the IP address right here. So that confirms for you that you're indeed on your primary internet. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to turn this callback on, and we're going to see that this fails over to the IP address of your 4G. So we're going to go ahead and simulate the failure now.
Because there has been many trees that have fallen, and just all the major trends have been sealed.
All right, so we simulated a failover, but we didn't lose the phone call. All right, And we can see that it failed over by doing a...
The social media site said around 3,000 advertisements had been bought over a 2-year period. The ads did not back any individual politician.
All right, so you can see we didn't lose the phone call, and it did fail over to the IP address of the 4G. So far, so good. Now, our file transfer did reboot, though. All right, so I've done this test, a dozen times, and about 50% of the times you lose the file transfer, it has to start over. 50% of the times it does not. So we're going to go ahead and fail it back over now and see what happens. All right.
Postal vote is the Australian government's way of fulfilling a campaign pledge challenged on the grounds.
Okay, so we've still got our phone call. We haven't lost it, and now we're going to restore. All right, now we're going to restore our outage. So we're going to put the primary... Okay, so here we didn't lose the phone call, and we will... Okay, you can see that it... Oops. It did go back to the primary internet, and when it failed back, we didn't lose the stream, it doesn't look like. No, it did bounce one more time. So, there you have it. We didn't lose any phone calls. The file transfers did reset, but you can see... But you can see that if you do this monthly test, you didn't lose any phone calls, and it instantly switched over to the 4G. So if you don't have a managed firewall by a managed services provider that can set this up, we didn't show you the VPN, but generally you have a firewall such as the Fortinet. It can fail over to a 4G practically instantly without losing any phone calls, and you can set up for all the UTM, keep all of the unified threat management squared away, and also a VPN. So if you don't have a managed services provider, you need to get one, because this is the way your internet ought to work. If you have any questions, call your local managed services provider. Thanks. Bye.